It is extremely easy to cure yourself from your addictions. How to cure yourself from addictions? You might have thought that at a certain point in your life. It might have been an addiction to a substance. It might have been an addiction to a hobby, to an activity, to a not necessarily something you're super proud to admit either, like pornography or taking drugs, any of the above that fit the criteria. Today I wanted to talk a bit about how to fight addictions and how to cure yourself faster, to no longer be subjected to the kind of control over your life that you give to those substances. And the easiest way to do this is by getting pissed off. I will give you an example of when this helped me personally in my own life. I used to be, let's just say what it is. I used to be addicted to looking at pornography all the time. And at a certain point, I was just like, you know what? This is really starting to piss me off because it's a big part of my weekly day-to-day life. And it's really just not really helping me at all. And the more I do it, the more I indulge in the habit, the more I become disconnected from what it means to actually develop a real connection with someone. And so what I ended up doing is number one, I ended up hating myself. And then I understood that that wasn't super productive. So I started hating the fact that this habit, if you can even call it that, was a part of me, was a part of my life. And the more I hated it, the less I wanted to do it. The more I found it disgusting to look at other people fornicate. It sounds so retarded when you say it like that. But it's something I'm not necessarily super proud to say that I've done this. But I do understand that it's a part of the lessons I've learned along the way. So I understand and I'll accept it as it is. I don't regret it because at the time I didn't know any better. So it doesn't matter. So I got pissed off at the fact that that was a part of me. That was a part of my life. So much so that I started getting repulsed by people that had low standards enough to do that kind of work. Like every single time I go down the street now and I see somebody who's like a woman dressed super provocatively, showing a lot of skin off, I'm just like, I get turned off now. It's like I get completely and utterly disgusted by, sure, she might have a good looking body, but like, I'm not just a monkey, you know? I'm not just a monkey who just lusts over somebody else's physical appearance. I don't really care anymore. Like, I used to be that guy, and now I'm just like, there's actually a lot more things that go into selecting a partner for a relationship. And the moment I got clear on who it is, what kind of person I was looking for, what kind of standards I had, defining everything, it made everything clear that I wasn't going to be able to date anyone that I thought of as lower than myself. if they don't necessarily respect my standards or live up to them, I won't respect them. And so I won't be able to date them. I might use them, which sounds bad. I might use them for, as someone I know would say, recreational use only. So I might have a bit of fun with them, you know, like sleep around, whatever. But I don't really care that much about it. Like, if I don't sleep around, I'm good with that. I've got more important things to do. I've got a legacy to build. I've got to become a more valuable, more important, more beneficial man to the people around me, because I have a certain duty and responsibility towards them and to my future wife and kids. So even if I'm not a father yet, I do understand that I would be ready to become one if I had to become one like tomorrow. I would be ready to take up that burden. And so I felt like ever since I got into a real relationship with someone, that it made me understand that sure, I might have a few sexual desires here and there, but if I can control my impulses and if I can occupy myself, get busy with something else, then it becomes extremely easy to not indulge into that anymore. And it is as simple as choosing and as getting rid of the source. It is as simple as that. My friends, when I tell you it is as simple as that, I'm telling you, if you cut out the sources, the root causes of how that impulse comes to be in your mind, and then you click yourself into awakeness, and you just remind yourself like, oh yeah, right, I said I wasn't going to do this, I'm just not going to do it. I have all of these things that are more important to do, and then start stressing the fuck out about something else. I noticed that helps a lot. If you start getting extremely worried and put all of your caring power, like the fact that you care about something else a lot more than you care about that, like satisfying your sexual desires, you'll become the kind of person that always diverts what's most important as number one priority. You won't think with your pee-pee anymore. You'll think with your fucking head, which is more important. Your brain is much more powerful than your fucking pee-pee. And you need to understand and learn how to fucking combine the two and understand how both work. So that way you are able to lead your life in the way you want, instead of being led by your cravings, your emotions, your feelings. Because that's basically what women do all the time. It's like, for instance, if a woman breaks up with you, it could be over something so trivial as you didn't introduce her to your friends, or you didn't give her one day off of work to go do something with her, or whatever the fuck it is. Women are children, like, to be honest. Like, they fucking get angry for the most stupid stuff, and they get happy for the most simple things, you know. It is what it is. So not here to talk shit about women. That's just what it is. So whatever. So what I wanted to focus on is more so controlling your sexual desires and making sure that you don't, like, not just that, but also the dark impulses that you might get. Like, I remember I was flatting at other people's house maybe like a year ago, a little bit over a year ago. And at this point, like, they were like basically the two head tenants, a couple, man and a chick, and there was another flatmate. So I was the second flatmate. So basically we were 4 people in the same house. And so what ended up happening is I noticed that the head tenant, so the guy and the couple, was actually a drunk, right? And so he would drink himself not out of not out of like wanting to do it, but his inner desires, his cravings, he just gave in to them like all the time. And that would make him sad because he would basically be a sad drunk. So basically what happened is he would drink and then he would just start crying and then he would just start becoming suicidal and sluicidal, or whatever you want to say. And it wasn't very fun, you know? It wasn't very fun. But I came to understand that what was the difference between him and I in terms of controlling our own impulses and our cravings. And the main differentiator was that I had a purpose to focus on and he didn't. He was just coursing from A to B, from B to C. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Like, he had no purpose. He couldn't hold a job more than a couple of weeks. He couldn't do anything. He kept fucking around and doing nothing. He kept playing video games. He kept doing, like, eating food just because he felt like it. He didn't eat very well. He didn't exercise on a regular basis. He didn't drink enough water. That's what I'm talking about. He drank like energy drinks all the time. Of course your fucking emotions are gonna go like that. When you eat like shit and you drink fucking shit. If you drink like super actively, I noticed when I drink energy drinks, my sex drive goes through the fucking roof. So I stopped drinking energy drinks. So now I know that I can control everything way easier if I'm just on a regular schmegular diet, fully organic food, and drinking water and maybe tea all the time. That's pretty much it. That's all I fucking eat and drink. I don't drink any alcohol. I don't drink any soda. I don't drink anything. Maybe I'll have water, sparkling water, and tea, and that's it. Don't drink any coffee. Don't drink any more energy drinks, pretty much. I haven't had an energy drink in maybe fucking half a year. So, yeah. I don't really see the point in them anymore. Like, I might like the taste, but that's pretty much it. Like, I might use one from time to time. Like, I know what is the use case of an energy drink. Like, I know when I need one. And it's not necessarily need, but I could benefit from drinking one. But on a regular basis, when I have a structured routine, I don't need to go deeper into those cravings. Like, I have a craving for carbs from time to time. So, like, that might be bread, that might be pastries, that might be candy, that might be, I don't fucking know, potato chips, whatever the fuck people eat. And I might have that craving. And then, maybe once every 3 months, once every half a year, I'll indulge myself. I think it was maybe 5-6 months ago. I ate a small bag of potato chips just to remind myself of the taste, because I used to eat a lot of those when I was a kid. And just to remind myself of the taste. And the rest of the day, I just felt like complete fucking shit. Like, my mind felt like they had a block of cement in my head. Like, it felt like I was under the water. My eyes felt heavy, and my brain felt like full of shit, basically. Brain fog, that's basically the definition of what it is. And I thought to myself, I can never do that ever again, because it just fucks my energy levels, to an absolute degree. That is completely and utterly something I cannot have in my life whatsoever. And so I have pretty much no longer eaten those kinds of foods, junk food, as you call it, because I can't. Because if I do, I'm going to get extremely tired and I'm going to lose fucking 8 hours of fucking productive work. And I can't afford that at my current state. I literally can't afford it. My purpose is more important than eating fucking chips, bro. As simple as that sounds, it is very much so reality. So I remember I was so used to eating those that I wouldn't feel tired anymore because I was in a constant state of tiredness. So I wouldn't feel tired. I would just feel, yeah, it's fine. But now that I only eat good organic food, whole foods, and when I eat something like that, I can feel the difference. It's like, I don't know if you've like ever tried this. Stop drinking coffee for like 4 months straight and then just drink one coffee. See how that feels. Or like eat rice for like 2 months straight, nothing else. And then at the end of that month, eat one steak. See how that feels, bro. That's what I'm talking about. It's like I managed to kind of, in a way, hypnotize myself into wanting a few different select things more than the junk food. Like I've been so disgusted by the junk food and the cravings and the sexual desires and anything that you would indulge in on a regular schmegular basis that I've gotten to a point where it becomes super easy for me to just say, fuck no, bro. Fuck no, bro. I want the energy because I need it to work. I need my brain cells to be firing on a constant basis. So yeah, that's the biggest difference. I have a purpose. I'm working on it. I'm busy all the time. I'm fucking using like 12 to 16 hours a day to work on this business. I'm also creating the content for you guys. So, I am building things so that I may benefit from them in the future. And yeah, if you want to create a YouTube channel and you're not sure if you should start now, bro. Just create what I'm doing. Fucking who cares? If nobody's listening, who gives a shit, bro? You might do this for like a year straight, and then you start getting like 1K, 2K, 5K subscribers, and you're like, ooh, interesting. This is actually working. People are actually interested in who I am. People actually are interested in my personality. Like, I've actually worked on this. So yeah, I do understand if some of you guys still cave into the cravings. But if you have a purpose, if you have something to work for, if you have something to strive towards that is more important, that you know is more important, you will most of the time likely choose that option rather than those fucking idiotic cravings. I can give you an example of my life recently. Ever since I got into a relationship, something interesting has happened to my brain. I got into a relationship and I had forgotten what it felt like to sleep with someone that was genuine as it is right now. And so it really just like every single time these cravings come back, I think back to that moment of sleeping with my girlfriend. And I just think that was the best thing. Like it didn't feel like a lust, it felt more like a love, if you know what I mean. And I felt like that was, whenever I thought about something lustful in my head, I would always think back to that moment, and then I would just no longer feel lustful anymore. Like, it's basically cured my brain. Like, every single time I see something lustful, I'm just like, yeah, this is boring. I found better. That's what I'm talking about. So I guess the cure to lust is just getting a genuine relationship. It's fucking easy, isn't it? Just have to go out there and fail and try again, fail and try again, fail and try again until you get someone. Or you focus so hard on yourself that you you attract the woman you actually would give a shot to, and then have a good time. have a loving bond and develop that over a course of time. I feel like that's something most people actually aren't really looking at right now. Like personally, I don't really give a shit about hookups and sleeping around. I've never really cared about it because I think the most important thing I care about is creating a genuine bond with someone. And I don't really want to tarnish that by sleeping around and muddying the water, if you know what I mean. And creating like a mediocre bond with a couple people. Like, that's not the kind of person I am. The kind of person I am, which fits perfectly with my standards and who I am as a character, which is what I talked about yesterday. Feel free to go check out that video, by the way. I record every single day and post every single day. So the fact that I am able to build a genuine bond instead of just hooking up with a bunch of people and sleeping around, I feel like is better. So my problem then remains something completely different, no longer tied to cravings, no longer tied to addictions. I may have drunk alcohol like when I was like 18, 19. I used to drink mojitos and whatever, but not because of the alcohol, but because it tasted good. So I think the only thing I would drink is maybe like a cocktail. That's pretty much it. And yet again, I didn't feel anything about it. Like, I didn't really care if I didn't drink it or if I drank it. I didn't really give a shit. So what I did was I used to just be the water man. Like, I used to just drink. I remember when I was in high school, I used to drink a bunch of iced tea. And then I moved from iced tea to tea. And then I moved from just tea to tea and water, and now I'm just tea and water man. I'm just water man now. So it really is as simple as just detoxing your mind over a long period of time, and then just finding something to substitute those cravings with that feels better and feels more rewarding in the long term. So yeah, if you're struggling with different types of cravings, I would say first step is getting pissed off enough about the fact that that is a part of your life. Like, that is like one of the most important things you can do, because it will always come to the forward front of your mind whenever you see these things. You're gonna get angry instead of like lustful, or instead of greedy, or instead of all of these different types of cravings. Instead of that, you're going to become angry. And then in that case, like usually, personally, when I get angry, I just go back, I get to work. I find something to do. So it makes it easier to put aside those cravings and to accept the fact that they might be a part of you. Like, they might be a part of you that forever. Like, you might always have them. I mean, they might be stronger than most people. They might be weaker than most people. Who cares? Doesn't matter. You still have to fight them. I wouldn't say fight them. I would say accept them and understand them yourself, because they're a part of you. So they're not really gonna leave anytime soon. So what I would suggest is finding substitutes to these cravings that allow you to do a better job at doing what it is you want to do, and replacing the acts you commit by having those cravings in the first place, that the cravings push you to do things. Instead of doing those things that make you waste time and not necessarily do things that you're proud to do things that give you purpose, do things that make you proud, do things that make people around you proud of you, and do things that benefit the whole community that you're part of. That might be your family, your extended family, your friends, your classmates, your fucking work friends. I don't fucking know what kind of friends you have. It doesn't really matter anyway. At the end of the day, humans are driven by a sense of community. So I would suggest using that to its full extent in order to Have other people shame you for the bad things you do, so that way you don't do them again, because accountability is very useful as a tool as well. And also uplift you in a good way once you do something good for the community or for yourself. And then from then on out, move forward with that principle in mind. And every time you do something, think about, how can I do better? How can I bring more value to the community I'm a part of? How can I help my friend Tom and his life just be a bit better? Because I care about him. How can I benefit the lives of my parents, if they're still around, just a little bit better? How can I become the son that my father is proud to be a part of his life of? Like, imagine your dad, if he's still around, which I do hope he is for you, saying, hey, I'm proud of you, son. Like, I made a post on Instagram yesterday, on my personal Instagram, where I kind of posted just that, because my dad right now, he sees how hard I work on a day-to-day basis, because he's kind of just living with me. Like, I'm renting out the room. Like, I have a 2-bedroom apartment and he's renting out the second bedroom. So he's seeing how hard I work on a day-to-day basis. So he knows that I'm doing my best as it is on my current state. And he sees that I'm doing like more than average. And sometimes he'll just sit down and he'll just say like, hey, I'm proud of you. And that just, like, that feeling of uplifting and just warms the heart so much that you're just able to just move forward and just push on to just do a bit more. Just a little bit more. What if I did 1 hour extra work today? What if I did a week, a month, a year's extra work, just to get that validation from the people I actually care about? That validation is way more powerful than any validation you could get from random strangers that you don't know. That's what I'm talking about. So I want you to take some time today and identify if you have any problems in your life, any cravings, any addictions, and find ways to, number one, remove the root cause. So find where it comes from. Where the fuck are you getting triggered and your emotions are getting forwarded to the front of your brain, and get rid of that source, or like put a bunch of blockages in front of it as much as possible. Second would be making sure you can find a substitute for that addiction or craving that you focus on more, that matters more to you and to the people around. And number three, surround yourself with people that care about you and that you care about, so that you can have that sense of accountability and a community that pushes you forward to do better, but also pushes you down to make you regret when you do something bad so you don't do it again. That's the perfect environment. And yeah, and then from there, just get pissed off that addictions are a part of you and focus on things that matter more. That's pretty much it. And then just work on it over months, years, centuries, whatever. Who cares? Decades, bro. As long as you can. As long as you're standing on this earth, do your best. I appreciate every single one of you guys watching until the end of the video. As always, happy to have a conversation in the comments. If you want to leave a comment, if you have a question, or if you want some advice, some feedback on anything you want, may it be business related, relationships related, how to become more productive, how to create a structured schedule, how to become a higher energy person so you can do more, feel free to ask. Happy to help. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll post every single day around the same time. And as always, have a nice day, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.